Welcome back to the Av Attack. I'm your host, Prescott Chambers. The Avalanche head to the Lou and come home with a number one seed in this game, 77 of 82 in St. Louis, Missouri against the Blues. The Avs just lost to the Blues 3-2 in regulation at Ball Arena last Sunday, and I'm sure they were looking to take this one on the road. The Blues are pushing to place themselves in a wild card position, but they have to win if they want to make the playoffs. Nathan MacKinnon is still in the hunt for goal number 52 to break his career high. Nicholas Waugh makes his return in this one to the active roster, and Cale Makar is still listed as out. Starting goalies were Joel Hofer and Scott Wedgwood. Period 1. This one starts with a good amount of shots from the Avs. We get a bit of back and forth. Colorado gets called for an intentional offside, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of, but whatever. I don't make the rules. 10 minutes in, and shots on goal are 9-2 in favor of the Avalanche, who are playing solid defense in this first period. Then at 16:11, Valeri Nichuskin tips one in on the doorstep with assists from Devon Toews and Sam Malinsky. It's 1-0 Avs. They put a couple more on Hofer, and at 19:32, Marty Necas puts one in the back of the net with help from Nathan MacKinnon and Arturi Lehkonen. At 19:57, Devon Toews gets called for tripping, and the Blues get to start the second with a power play. But after one, it's 2-0 Avalanche. Period 2, Kadri doesn't return after the first, and there's no word as to why yet. The Avs kill down most of the St. Louis power play. With just 13 seconds left, on the kill, though, number 13 strikes again at 1:40. Big Val Nichuskin goes in between the legs for a sneaky wrister with the assist from Brock Nelson to make it 3-0 Colorado. At 6:59, the Avs net gets dislodged after Ross Colton knocks Tucker into the net and then gets cross-checked to the ice. Halfway through the second, shots on goal are 22-7 in favor of Colorado. We get some more back and forth. Then at 15:38, Robert Thomas scores on the Avs for the fourth time in a row over the course of the last two games. The assist coming from Theo Lindstein and Jimmy Snuggerud. It's now 3-1. The Avs start to put a couple more shots on the Blues net, and at 18:57, Nichuskin draws a tripping penalty on the opening stride of a breakaway, getting the Avs their first power play. Then at 19:50, Landeskog gets sent to the box for a trip, giving up just under a minute of 4-on-4 hockey to start the third. And after two, it's 3-1 Colorado. During the break, the altitude team finds out Kadri took a puck to the hand earlier in the game, which is why he did not return in the second period. Period 3, the 4-on-4 ends and the Avs kill the remaining minute of power play for the Blues, but they're pushing hard for another goal early in the third. The Avs start to push back a bit and continue to play a tight defense. Right around the halfway point, Philip Broberg comes flying in and crashes into Scott Wedgwood on a very scary play, but Wedgie stands up after I thought we might have lost all playoff hopes right there. Don't get me wrong, I love Blackwood, but I don't know if he's the guy to take us all the way right now. Anyways, I guess Malinsky tripped Broberg on that play, so that's why he went flying into Wedgwood, and the Avs have to kill a third Blues power play, which they do. With over 4 minutes remaining, St. Louis pulls Hofer for the extra skater. Big Val gets teased with a couple chances at the empty net hat trick, but the final seconds tick down after 3, and the final score in regulation is 3-1 Avalanche. overall. With that, Colorado locks down the Central and the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. No hat trick for Big Val, and still no number 52 for MacKinnon, but I'm definitely happy to see Nichuskin starting to heat up right before the playoffs. And I mean, that between the leg shots was just insane. Icing on the cake. I'm hoping and praying that Wedgwood isn't too hurt from that collision and that Kadri isn't injured either, but only time will tell with that one. The Avs' next game will be today, Thursday, April 9th, at home versus the Calgary Flames. And until then, as always, I'm your host, Prescott Chambers, for the Av Attack. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.